in we nature.
Money in we pocket. This life I wanna love it. Only it on bacchanal. It's not in we nature. Food on we table. I good and I able. Take a jump up and wave. I thankful for life. To see another sunrise. But you want up in the air. All the stress on your mind. Put them problems aside. And give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. And give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. Another day above ground, I say, thank you, Father. I'm focusing on the positives. Cause yesterday I was down. Today I feel strong. Yes, His love in me heart. Dirty up my name around tongue. I do them no wrong. Jaja have we bar. And I shouting, oh Lord, I'm thankful. Oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you who give me health and strength. Oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. Only it on bacchanal. It's not in we nature.
Yes, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings to you all. I know some people's radios don't leave 91.9 FM, so we are doing our utmost best to ensure that you have quality music, quality programming as well, so that we do justice to your loyalty, to your continued support. And I was speaking to IWER last night, and he was, happy to have a new program on the drive time. So we're just filling those very important gaps to ensure that those who listen have quality to listen to. Right? It is the responsibility of those who provide not just entertainment, information, talk, to share something with the population that is worth their time. Time is life. All we have is time. And I appreciate your time, right? I appreciate the time of my fellow citizens. And that is why we ensure that we do as best a job as possible. I want to say a good job. Next thing, they tell me I'm doing a good job. But no problem at all. Morning Andre Zafrin, always on, right? YouTube. Everywhere that I go these days, there's somebody who says, hey, I just listen to the program. Some people, they go even further. We don't miss it. Always locked on. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate it in the sense that I do my very best, not only to just be here. It's a plenty waste of space, waste of time, right? But try to give something of value, right? Something of real value to the people. All right, 1 second, let me just pick up something. For those who tune in on YouTube, you all know it's IWER TV, right? For those of you all who are on Facebook, you all can just look for my name, Fuad Abubakar, on Facebook. And coming to TikTok soon. We have the younger generation to cater to as well, who either Instagram or TikTok, right? If we don't know, most young people never even downloaded Facebook. I never even downloaded it. I'm telling all you. So that app is for them almost non-existent. And of course we are on live on radio. So if you are on the road now, you know, we appreciate your time. I stopped this morning to throw out some trash, and the garbage collectors were there doing their very, very important job. And, you know, I thank them, because that's the type of person that I am, and that's what we should do as a population as well. Big up, give love to your sanitation engineer in your area. If they do a good job, thank them. If they don't do a good job, just pull them up a little bit respectfully, with love. But you could imagine them not picking up the trash, which is almost full daily, you know, or 2 days for the most. Those bins just take to full. You could imagine that. You can imagine the disease, the sickness, you know, the stench that will spread through our communities. So yeah, I give them a little, you know, good word. And of course, many of us have different challenges, so he has his little special circumstances, and he was telling me about it. So God willing, if I can assist, I'll try to assist. And that's all. Some people, it's not even a matter if you could totally solve the problem, you know, it's just sometimes somebody to talk to as well. People appreciate that in this busy world. Morning, brother. Morning.
A pleasant good morning to you.
Hey, and to you. You see, I'm glad I come on today. Don't mind it's a holiday. Just to be able to facilitate my brother here.
Yeah, and I shocked that you're on today. I know, I just go on the TV and see you here. I say, what?
Yeah.
Anyway, that is good, man. We can keep. Anyway, here what's happening. I want to congratulate the Prime Minister on the blockage of the, well, I didn't get through with it yet, but they're going through with it to block this pension payment to the 1 month Prime Minister.
Yeah, man.
I think that is something that the population really need, and I congratulate her for stepping in that direction.
I doubt is that we have him vex so calling the AG dance and all kind of thing. I know I have him going on, so I find him going on a kind of irate these days, boy.
Yeah, the men and them getting on like ladies at the night on Morris Street, fighting for customers. So probably, yeah, customers, so why will be getting on so.
Boy, yeah, he kind of irate these days. He going on kind of way. I know.
Yeah, because the licking they get, they can't get over it yet, but the bruises still in here, they ain't get over it, and they're still in deja vu, wondering if they really get licked. You see what's going on with them? These people on 1958 politics, I didn't realize that the population moved past that now.
Yeah.
You understand? They is the oldest people who could run the country, and anybody else after them is mock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the population showing that they're talking about they had their hands on the ground and they had the grip on the ground and all of that, not realizing that we done past that stage already. We're not on them triple. Right now, we're not in a position for triple talking or we want results. Because for too many years, it's tightening your belt. You tighten your belt until your belly touching your back.
Yeah.
And them eating ham, lamb, and jam. Tell me about if we can eat macaroni pie on a Sunday, and we can't go cinema how much time for the week and go back to cold pot and all kind of rhetoric and douches with telling people that suffering. You understand? So right now, they're not in a good place as far as I see it, PNM gone through. Right? As far as I see it right now, they're gone. They're holding on to short, and the biggest embarrassment with them right now is Manning, Brian Manning. He is a big embarrassment. And the one that played the call in the Attorney General done, well, we go fix that. Right now, the country standing behind the Prime Minister, we standing behind the government. We know they can't do everything right now. We have to hold on. We hold on for 9.5 years. It's not wrong in holding on a year or wherever. But we behind the Prime Minister, so no matter what they come with, will feel.
Yeah. And we're seeing results. We're seeing results. We're seeing positive steps in the right direction.
Look at us. Yeah, look at a simple thing. These dodo head and them consult. You have auxiliary officers in the fire department for years. Years, yeah, them in the fire department. You can make them people permanent.
Permanent,
You
yeah.
wait until another regime come in to make these people permanent. It just wasn't causing the government nothing extra. These dodo head forces, they just only come out to keep down poor people, boy. They just go to sleep and come up with ways and means to distress poor people. Look at the ticket with the point system. Look, the Prime Minister don't get rid of that already. She didn't drop the price yet. She promised to drop it. She didn't drop it yet, but we ain't clapping because the main part gone through the window.
And we know it's coming, and she go find a way to make sure that, you know, people don't have to become criminal. Why we have to become a criminal? Because you can't afford $1,000 for something you just forget to do. I jump in my car, forget to pull that belt. You see me, you passing me in traffic, and you pulling me over, making traffic to tell me about my seatbelt, and I tell you, oh shoot, but you know, I now jumping right up there. I could show you my receipt where I now come out of the store, and I just forget to put it back on. And you in the machine, the thing printing out $1,000. And I learn you, I said, boy, times are hard. You know how hard times is, boy? Right, finding this $1,000 in 30 days. What's wrong with these people and them?
And you know, you see where you explain that's exactly how I get a ticket for seatbelt. Now drop the wife on a corner, jump back in the car to go back home, get in a roadblock not too far. Then realize the officers asking me for seatbelt, and then I realized I didn't have one more seatbelt. Yeah. And I explained to him, well, now drop the wife and bam. They don't want to hear that seatbelt ticket. It has some brainwashed police officers there. You see how the point system was in place, they're coming out with a bang to get ticket.
That's not just brainwashed, that's wickedness. Wicked fellas.
Yes, it's just miserable.
Miserable.
They will get somebody else a chance to call.
Yeah, man, thanks. Bless up. Yeah, I say I wasn't going to talk about him, but Sergeant something from Faizabad who say he running Faizabad. Hey, when I tell you, tremendous make the police service shame the police service. He's a senior, well, kind of senior. Me don't know if they skip him for promotion or what going on with he. Or, but when I tell you failure, all the police in Faizabad yesterday, nice. When I tell you, real nice, wonderful, real good service, doing their job. We talk about it. My mother talk about it. First they behaving nice. First they treating people good. Just explaining to you this, that, do this. Real nice police boy. Big up all the officers who work in Faizabad yesterday. Big up everybody. No lie. Right? Except some nice officers say, we walk down to meet the Maxi with us at plenty children with us as well, right? They come out for the experience about, you know, and the parents that had their children as well. So about 12 children. Real nice young policemen say, yeah, no problem. It have a place where you have to stop unless there's like officials to go up and stuff close to the meeting point at Charlie King Junction, right? The young police and them say, no problem, let them come, let the Maxi go up and drop them and come back out. No problem. Right? We walk to the Maxi, jump in the Maxi with all the children, reach to the spot now. Oh God, Sergeant, I don't know what. I don't know, I can't even remember his name, he get away. I take a picture of him. And fussy arrogant. He playing himself for the picture too, fussy arrogant. But anyway, I don't see he playing Super Cup after all the other police say we could have go ahead because he now show up on the scene. Where he now show up from, I know where he now show up from. I should have smelly breath or something too, you know. Because he really acting a kind of way. Anyway, so I come out and say, hey, how you doing, officer? We we would like to go up to just drop the children, and the maxi coming back out one time. No, turn around here. Turn around here. Do all that. I say, it's just little and thing, you know. So, you know, because it's a good distance to it. It's a good distance. Boy, when I tell you, the man dragged the flag. The police who are wrong, who tell me we could have gone before, they just move far from him. They go and they hide him. Fussy shame in the scene. And everybody getting on it. And he in charge of the area. Boy, I don't know, no? Oh, God, boy. I say, well, you're supposed to be the nicest person out here if you are the senior officer here. How all the other officers nice and polite and thing, how you getting on so? Real failure. My brother, wherever he is this morning, he might be listening to, you ain't listening to this program, because nobody listening to this program does behave that way. Except one to just get trouble. I forget his name, Ram Singh, some sergeant. Sergeant, he in charge of Faizabad. Oh, God, boy. Shame. As a Trinbagonian, shame. All the little children come out, we take out stroller, we put children in the stroller thing, and we tell them, thank you very much, while we have to walk up. I tell you, shame. And every single other officer that day there. Excellent. Real nice. Real nice dealing with people, doing their job, you know. Doing their job, dealing with people, real nice. If you have a little problem at home or something going on, you gotta be able to manage it. Don't come out in the street again like that. You're not even in uniform, thank God. I tell you, all the uniform officers and them who they just went and hide. Hide, they don't even want to be wrong him. So, you know, one car destroy, you know, the good that all do, right? So big up the officers who worked yesterday. Love to all of y'all, right? That customer service does make so much of a difference in the lives of citizens. It's so good when you meet an officer and you don't have to feel frightened or uptight. It's so good when an officer could get across his point to you politely, because that's what really works, you know. Like if an officer tell you, hey, morning, excuse, don't park here because you'll block the intersection, whatever. You know, you get compliance much easier from a citizen that way than move from here, what are you doing? What shoppiness you doing? Bam, bam, bam. Have a way someone like to hit your vehicle and do all kind of God help us, you know. But again, as I say, the vast majority love. Tidy way, love, you know. So it was a wonderful experience in Faizabad yesterday. If you did not make it to Labor Day this year, next year don't let it miss you. Next year don't let it miss you. An important element of our history and an important constant effort in our future. In our future, you know, asking some people, like, you know, how much you get paid, how work and how your remuneration and stuff, and how the conditions. Some people say, you know, they have issues. Some people said it's good, right? I talked to people who work Atlantic, you know, they get paid really well, but they say they know the importance of coming out, because this is what is responsible for them getting paid well now. Understand this thing. Understand how much of a blessing it is for people to get paid properly. Sorry, I'm not going to take the call. Just call back right after the break. We are 25 seconds before the break. Right, caller? So, right after the break, you could call back. that understanding, and then it has some people who still not being paid properly, who still have serious issues in terms of their tenure becoming permanent, all sorts of other issues, conditions, safety. So we keep the fight, right? We'll take the break and we'll be right back.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. For the program, God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on The Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on The Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
J.E. Guide Funeral Home and Crematorium Limited is a family-friendly funeral service provider serving the nation for over 75 years. We provide at-need and pre-need services at our two locations, 120 Coffee Street, San Fernando, and Cregnish Village, Princestown. Contact us at any time at 235-5049 and 652-4261, or find us on Facebook and Instagram. We are family-driven, family-centered.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Get up to 50% off shop appliances, furniture, electronics, mattresses, and more. Buy now, pay later with affordable hire purchase plans. Plus, earn Caribbean Airlines. Travel miles with your purchase. Visit any Furniture Plus stores or shop online.
This long weekend, Pizza Hut's serving up big vibes and even bigger value. Get one large tavern pizza, one large specialty pizza, and single breadsticks, all for just $270. More days, more ways to crave. Let's pizza. Offer is available via all ordering channels from June 19th to 22nd. Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
TNT, get ready, get hungry, and get to the hut because it's lunchtime. From pizzas to pastas, breadsticks to cinnamon rolls, Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat lunch buffet is all yours for only $55. Sundays to Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and extended to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Check socials for info on selected locations nationwide and take your hunger to the Hut. Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Good morning and blessings to everyone. Again, right? When you do something that you enjoy, it doesn't come across as work. You don't get up in the morning and say, oh gosh, you enjoy coming out, when you enjoy serving, when you enjoy sharing, because whatever work we do is part of ourselves that we are sharing with others. Take pride. Take pride in whatever you do. Take pride in picking up the garbage. Take pride in sweeping the floor, mopping the floor. Take pride in washing. Whatever you do. And all of those are sustainable ways to gain income. Take pride. Take pride in your words. If you're speaking, take pride in what you're doing. PPG, take pride if you're making videos. Right? I see you do some nice videos. And of course, big up Daring Sequence Charity, right? Big up. We have a book drive that we're doing, a back to school drive, that every year, my brother and his charity does, and we want to continue to make that an absolute success. So, respect and big up. I will see you in Tobago soon, and yeah, we have some work to do from now till before the holidays end that are coming, to ensure that children who do not have, that the resources to get their stationery and stuff, that we could assist them. That's a tremendous job that my brother there in Sequence, right, Daniel Saldana, does every single year, right? Big up Sizzla Kolanji and others who endorse it as well and assist as well with it. Now it is for the wider population, Trinidad and Tobago, those who have to assist. I'm not calling names, but I want to thank, there are some people in Trinidad and Tobago who do assist. I myself have a foundation, Abu Bakr Foundation, and I do get assistance periodically from individuals to assist others, right? I do what I can. I telling a friend yesterday, boy, FIU might wonder, why I helping, I want to say paying out, but paying out $300 and $400 to so many people, right? But, whatever I could do, I try to do to help, because there are people who genuinely need assistance. There are people playing the fool as well, right? Always stop playing the fool. But there are people who genuinely need help as well. And we try to find those people. Like, it have genuine people. The next thing with genuine people who need assistance as well, many of them don't come out here looking for it, begging for it, with no sign at the side of the road. Yes, some do, but plenty do not. They grind the pain. They stay in the little house, the little shack, wherever they live in humble, and they just try to survive. Like, sometimes we have to go to those people because we know those people. Like if you live in a community and you're accustomed to doing charitable work, you actually know people who are good people. Some of them working people too. Some of them in between jobs, trying to get jobs, all kind of different circumstances. But they genuinely need the assistance, and you will not see them coming out to ask for it. So those are the people that we go out and we find through the teachers, through the social workers as well, right? Through different networks, you could identify the people who actually, benefit tremendously, right? I also have a policy, well, for the most part, if somebody asks, you don't refuse them, unless, they're playing the real fool. And if that is the case, then you need to give them a little bit more than the charity that they're asking for. They need a little charity at the mind, right? They need a little, hey, here what's going on. What are you really doing? Why are you constantly in this position? How I could help to empower you so you'll get out of this position? What are you doing so that you could come out? How can I help you so that you wouldn't be in this position? What you want to do? You've been to labor, you've been to thing, you're checking the papers for a job, you look for accommodation in these areas where it would be cheaper. That type of understanding that you have to build if you are in this business of charity. Well, it's not a business, right? It's a non-profit. That's a reason they call it non-profit, right? But the profit is with God, right? And I personally, I don't know, I can't talk for other people. I believe in the Almighty Creator, and I know that He multiplies. I know that whatever that I spend in His cause is multiplied. I know that I had nothing, and everything that I have is given to me. You could say it's true, whatever means you want to say, but it's God. Right, because He is the one who all things belong to. My brother.
Why? God will bless you for that. You see what you're doing there? God will bless you for that. I hope other people who have means should take a cue from you and do the same thing.
Yeah. So big up.
I forget to tell
big up the couple people who actually do it. Somebody. Yeah. A couple people who does help. I don't want to call their name because they're not even on that. What they're doing, they're not even on that praise thing. They just they just trust and they want to help
from the heart.
Exactly.
People like that is who do it from the heart. Yeah. But something I forget to tell you just now. You see the speaker of the house?
Yeah.
I want the speaker of the house to check himself.
Right.
Don't be so soft and gullible and make this and want to be in your good grace with the other side. Don't be on that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I think that Kyotiong should not be in Parliament right now. He should be on some sort of suspension or something for the remark he was making against the Attorney General. I think that he should be outside. You as a speaker asking the man to apologize or withdraw the statement, and he bluntly refused, he should have get put out the house immediately, and be some kind of action should be taken against him, right? Mr. Speaker, I don't want you to be that soft.
I feel Stuart Young.
Office.
Yeah, man. I feel Stuart Young want to get put out,
Yeah, because he feel he had the bag in hand.
Nah,
and right now he laughing all the way to the bank.
He will go on a little vacation. I feel he want to get put out. Them fellas got to sit down inside a day with about 10 of them on the opposition bench, and listen to all the wrong thing they're doing and get licks. I really want to get put out so he could go to Bay and line with the partner, on the beach. You don't get money now, so you go to Dubai. Don't get tapped with them, I feel he playing for put out. The kind of stupidness he talking.
Yes. Yeah, let them play for wherever they want to play for. Let them play for where they want to play for. The most important thing, they're not running things right now. So let them play. They can play hopscotch, you can play marbles, anything they want to play, let them play. And you know who I'm feeling sorry for, boy? I'm feeling sorry for Penelope Beckers.
Yeah.
Because I know she had to do her job, because the thing that she's saying, she had to say because she's the opposition whip. So she had to say the thing that she had to say. But if you look at her closely, them things what she's saying ain't coming from her heart, you know.
Yeah.
It ain't coming from her heart. That's why she had to come out the other day and talk about PNM lost the way. Them things she's talking ain't coming from her heart, but she's talking the things that she's talking because she's on the other side and she's supposed to do that. Understand?
Yeah.
But my main thing right now is with the speaker of the house, and there was so disrespectful to him. When he's speaking, he's on the legs. Nobody else supposed to be standing. And they're standing up by the speaker on the legs and all this kind of thing. I've watched me. Right? Parliament coming out to be a circus. And the only person to bring it back and have it on an even keel is the Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House, don't be so soft. Be hard. And stand up and keep the house in order. Don't let nobody come there to manipulate you. You in charge. You keep the house in order and put these bobbleheads in the place as a step out of line. As a step out of line, put them in the place, or if need be, put them out of the house.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. He getting accustomed to it, man. Don't worry. And he ain't taking them on too much, but he'll get accustomed, remember? And we have to be real about it. Although he is a qualified attorney, etc., although he would have had some basic training in terms of getting into the role he's taken, he is new. He is new to it. So don't worry. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Abubakar. How are you going, man?
And good morning to you too, man. Welcome. Hi, good.
Yeah. Mr. Abubakar, you know, you see when people make statements in the public domain, and then you see the reality of it, it is really make you wonder, what's the agenda of people? Why it has so much hate and animosity and ignorance?
Yeah.
Because yesterday I see a lady, an honorable lady, in the Labor Day procession yesterday. And for the last 10 years, I was hearing that this lady incapable, the lady old, she can't manage the country, she's sick, all kind of thing. They cut out the lady toe, all kind of thing. You could have swear that.
I never heard that one. They say that? They say they cut off she toe?
Yeah, sometimes they say that she had diabetes and they remove some of she toes and all this kind of thing.
I never heard that one.
Last year, so.
Okay.
So, and yesterday I see this lady, the same feeble, sick, old, wilting lady. Now, I ain't disrespecting, I'm just saying what they...
Yeah, saying what they say, yeah.
Yeah. Sitting among men. And you could see the character of the person. You could see the energy that she emanates.
Yeah.
You could see the power, the leadership quality that people just want to be around, to be in that universal space that she's creating.
Yeah.
And uplift the standard. I don't see that the only way we could go in this country now is in the better side of the scale.
Yeah.
You see where we was going on the negative side? The pointer turn now and we're on the other side. We're heading to betterment.
Yeah.
And once people continue to support and don't try to mislead and deceive for personal gains and things, everybody in this country would benefit. And we as citizens, if every citizen right now listening to this debate that's taking place in Parliament, the ones who vote PNM should reconsider ever voting PNM again and compare where they are in life, their communities, their children, and the direction they're going, and the few people who are supporting the PNM that they were telling you, eating coal pot, ride bicycle, and then you hear the kind of money and wealth these people accumulate into their own accounts and then telling you, here what, you can't get a food card. We have to take away a grant from you and all these kind of things. And they still deciding that they want to support PNM. They have to be very evil people in their hearts and in their minds. And if, while the terms go on, you're hearing more and more, and still that don't convince people something had to be wrong. Concerning the police and them, right, and the behavior of the officer that you mentioned yesterday, I don't know how, if people don't recognize us, but a lot of senior officers just die suddenly. But a lot of them, as soon as they retire, they would end up making a year or two, and then you hear we start to announce that senior superintendent, this inspector, that passed away. And I don't know if the police service has some kind of curse in it, or is the behavior of these people when they want to treat people. I know a couple of retirees, superintendent, and up in my area. Before, when they was in the outfit, the uniform, you can't talk to them, you can't come around them. Now, they're on the block. Want to sit down and line with the fellas who they used to want to clout up and tap up and all kind of thing. And people rejecting them.
For sure.
They're like loners. They're sad, they're lonely. And they're looking for just somebody to talk to now. For all our years that they neglected the community and treated people with disrespect. And you know the attitude they have.
Yeah.
You know? So if this person want to continue that direction, I'm not saying that he might fall in the same category. But the police have to really look into themselves and the way how they treat people. You know, because when you go outside and police officers approach you and things, you just feel like you're talking to, like how we and you talking. You know?
Yeah. I get good morning, sir. How you doing? Good evening, sir. Because it's late. You're lost. You're because we make some wrong turns in London. We drive and we make some wrong turns and we really lost her. And they pick us up on the cameras or whatever. And then they respond. They come. They just think real nice. No pull over. No set a thing. You know. Your thing, and we really lost, and we tell them where we're trying to go, and they give you directions. They ain't check license, they ain't check nothing, you know. When they realize we genuinely lost, they may even study your license. They may study is not looking like London is multicultural. They ain't study is not you're talking and you don't have an English accent. Them give you directions to where we have to go.
I had a couple of experiences like that, and I say, but wait now, because from the time with how we will be treated here, and then the perception of them police, as soon as they're looking dark color, they want to shoot you and things.
Yeah.
Boy, from the time I see a red light pull, I don't take out my hand off the bed. I tell my wife and them, I say, hey, you don't make a move. Just keep all your hand where you can see it. You know, when the officer approached me, I say, but wait now, this man, one big redneck approach. Good night, Mr. So-and-so. You seems to be lost or some kind of thing. I say, yeah, we have a little problem with the GPS and thing. It's okay, so-and-so the case, and have a good night. And bye. About it now. Like, something wrong in this place? You know, police officer or what?
Yeah, customer service. And worse yet, you see, or better yet, you see they have on the camera.
Yeah.
If they have on the camera, they're dealing with you nice, or the dash cam in the car behind. Because guess what? Whatever them do there, them accountable for, you know.
Yeah.
If they cuss you, if they talk to you bad, if they tell you, if they're accountable, and that's what we need in Trinidad, accountability. Sergeant, whatever his name is, feel he going and keep on getting on like a fool. And he in charge. Come on.
And you see the problem with it, 80% of the mistrust and the lack of confidence in the police service that this population have is because of the police service and the attitude of the members.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Once they could change that and start to deal with people differently. I talk about little corporal, little peep squeak when now come out, roughing up big elderly people and insulting or embarrassing or like there's little children and them could be their father and mother and all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And talking down to these people because they just come out and have a little stripe on their shoulder. This can happen, and for what? Seatbelt, you probably, didn't get a signal or something like that, and talking to people like there's nothing by dehumanizing people because you have power. Once they could change that, trust me.
What? The place will run much smoother.
And a lot of the crime would reduce.
For sure.
On that simple little issue. Have a good morning. Enjoy the rest of the day and take care, man.
Yeah, man. You too. Yeah. For the good people in communities, for the good police officers, I ain't have no badge, but people that's come to you and want to tell you what's going on. People want to give you information if they believe you could help the situation and they trust you. That's what happens. People want to give me information if I could assist in criminal circumstances and other circumstances because of how you deal with people. Morning, Mr. West.
Good morning. I agree with the previous caller with respect to the police training and whatnot. I believe that, the overall police service needs to be reformed. And part of it has to do with training. They have to look, a number of things they would have to look at in terms of recruitment, who they recruit, where they recruit from. They may have to think in terms of, again, the training, as we said. You would have to look at the police culture. There's a culture in the police service. Not all police officers are in fact consumed or overwhelmed by that culture. But you need to look at that. You need to look at corruption in the police service, right? Those are some of the things that, you need to, police accountability. You have to deal with all those issues. And the question, when police officers are trained, people talk about what? Service, customer service. The fact remains is that police have to be provided with social skills. They lack social skills. And they need to provide them. I don't know what kind of training they get. The question about those people with the tickets and the issuance of tickets and whatnot to people. The police, they have they can use what you call a prosecutorial discretion. They can either charge the person, they could caution or warn the person, or they could turn a blind eye. I don't expect them to turn a blind eye to crime or to let's say, traffic offenses. But the fact remains is that it appeared over time that there were concerns. Probably they can be, people say, you had to go outside there, and you had to bring in so much and so much. So that kind of appeared to me like a competition. Who could bring in most money in terms of tickets? So it's a revenue collection. And at the same time, yes, nobody talk about your zero tolerance. But you have to use discretion. Police all over the world use discretion. If you go in London, you see it. The police, the Bobby or the not Bobby again, they would stand up and talk to you and tell you where to go and what you want and tell you, well, you shouldn't do this and you should do that. And not all of them, some of them. So you need to provide those people with the requisite skills in order to deal with, and this is where community policing come in.
Yeah.
If they don't have the proper skills, I don't know how they're going to work in communities.
Yeah.
I think that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So it is essential that you provide these people with the necessary training in terms of skills, how you deal with human beings, how you deal with citizens. That is critical.
Yeah. And accountability. Give them the body cameras to wear. They have to wear them.
But I don't know. I heard a police commissioner, a previous police commissioner saying that they don't want to wear. I don't understand if, in fact, who running the police service.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the police and the bottom, and the whole question about, and one thing I want to talk about before I leave us sometime, I don't want to annoy anybody, I don't want to annoy anybody. I want to be very short on your program.
No, go ahead.
What I saw is that with respect to the police, I lose the thread. The fact remains is that the police, right, they need, all right, forget I lost the trend. Sorry about that. Thanks again.
No problem at all. So accountability for the officers, the main responding officers to serious crime, the main officers who go out and do these raids, these tremendous important warrants, stuff like those officers who do special operations first have to wear your body camera. And then after that, along the line, the officers who in difficult areas responding, who doing patrols, and then the general officers who do traffic, and we have to have body cameras instituted in a serious way. There must be accountability, and we must put things in place. So the current Prime Minister has stated that she will put back a fund in place to ensure that if any officer is hurt or killed in the line of duty, that at least there is going to be a solid payout to their families, etc. Because that has to be in place, because they're in a challenging position. We have to show them that love as well. But it is not this wild, wild west craziness. It's not this bad man. Who more bad? The police more bad? No, the police more good. It is not this ignorance. That's not the way. And if there is that bad example in leadership somewhere along the service, don't follow it. We do better. We need a scale back. We need officers who carrying these assault rifles and stuff. You need a scale back. All you need is your handgun. It does something mentally. When I go to a country, in a town setting, and I see officers with assault rifles, something wrong. Like backward, plantation, overkill, scale back. We're wasting money on all them guns. What are you going to do? A pickpocketer, a chain snatcher, you're going to take out your assault rifle, wherever they're using now, I don't know what issue they're using now, and shoot behind them with that? Oh God. Makes sense. What you think you're trying to do? You're trying to scare people? A fair tactic? Nobody in them who so-called bad boy not on no police. They will try to avoid the police as much as possible. So let us get real now. Scale back. Scale back. Adjust the way that we think. Demilitarize. Right? Pull back. Pull back a bit. Stop wasting money on them guns. It's a waste of money on all them guns. Of course, who need to respond to serious situations, no problem. And then we have advanced in technology in the world that if you're going to confront an individual to arrest, armed and dangerous, and you get information, you approach it in a certain manner to ensure that the result is not death. Not death for the individual you're trying to arrest, who is innocent until proven guilty, and the people in the home as well. And also that is not death for you or some firefight. Come on. And it's a waste of resources as well. Just where are we in terms of our intellect as a people? Where's the direction, towards improvement and proper standards in our institutions? We have to do better. We have to do better. And I'm talking to a former commissioner of prisons on the Labor Day march. Just that speaks a lot. That he out marching still, right? For Labor Day. And he's saying that, he tried to bring some reform and change to the prison service. And boy, they fight him. Nah, we need reformers. We need administrations that facilitate for reform. And he could tell you, he say, boy, it ain't making no sense now because, You're producing criminals in the jail. But we know that. We know that somebody going to go into prison for something minor and sit down, have nothing to do, but talk with other criminals, not other criminals, people who are more seasoned, who have done other crimes, and the hate and the anger at the system for even their position for that long period of time, the mistreatment, the confinement to the maximum. I'm not saying prison is supposed to be some beautiful, wonderful thing. But think about it. At the end of 25 years, what's going to happen to this once human being when you release it? Think about it. We mad. We creating our own problems. We create our own problems and then we complaining about it. For what? Benefit? Short-term benefit? For what? So we have this tremendous opportunity. It's real nice to see our Prime Minister involved with Labour in that way. Welcome. Normally, Labour is at loggerheads with government, right? Because most of our governments have been capitalist, elitist. The black bourgeoisie serving the multinationals and the aristocracy of Trinidad. As Ms. Bissessa described it, the fake elite. Money make you elite. That is all they have, you know. They ain't have no class. Because if you had class, you would treat to your country in a better way and you would share love. You would share love. So you ain't really have no class. You have money from doing things that other people would not do. So let us stop in our society as well glorifying people because they just have wealth. Not even wealth. Money. They all have. Possessions. Sometimes they have attained in the wrong way. Let me stop that. Let me stop that nasty is Western culture. What culture it is? That glorify, oh my God, you are a billionaire. Oh my God. You see, even in that year they say God. Oh wow, you are one of the richest people in the world. Who cares? That's something to look up to. That's something to look up to. We have to change the mindset. Somebody told me yesterday, you know, they want to purchase a parcel of land and before they die. And I say, well, that's not really, I understand what you're saying, but that's not really a goal or objective to hold that heart so closely. Morning, my brother.
Hey, morning, brother. Love and respect every time. Morning to you listeners as well.
All the time.
You know, for what, boy, I really don't know, boy, but it is so disturbing when you hear some of these politicians. I listening to Imbert and them asking the government if it's going to have a means test for the laptops. Why didn't ask Dr. Rowley if they're going to have a means test for the SRC increase, right? To see that the politicians really didn't deserve it and don't need it at this time, especially with the narrative coming from Keith Scotland, coming from Marvin Gonsalves, and even Mr. Imbert himself about measures to use to cut back on macaroni pie, use coal pot. These people are really serious.
Yeah.
Really serious. And then you're asking certain questions as if you now come down from Mars and land on Trinidad.
Yeah.
You all run the country in such a way where at this mid-year review, you all would have been coming with a same supplemental package to supplement whatever bills the country might have. You all have been running deficit budgets. and come in and ask a bunch of ridiculous questions now, boy.
Yeah. I study them. I don't really listen to Imber too much. I don't really listen to Imber too much. If he give him my...
Unfortunately, I just had to listen to him because I was listening to the Parliament to see what's going on. But it is difficult, boy. Difficult to think that these people were not in government just previously, just prior.
Yeah.
And when I listen to some of the excuses for the information that coming out, it's still going back to what happened between 2010 and 2015.
Yeah.
You all brought information and the population made a decision to vote out the People's Partnership at that time. So how now you still coming with using what was done there as an excuse for what you continue to do?
Yeah.
For example, continuing to rent empty buildings.
Yeah.
That is value for money for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
That is your big thing as the finance minister.
But I just listen to Imbert and let me tell you something. Most I don't really my brain just filter it out, you know. First me I want to hear, you know.
I'm gonna try to adapt that just because it's real difficult. It's real difficult to listen to their contribution right now and the way how they're getting on in Parliament. But I want to remind the PNM supporters and anybody who might be so naive to buy into this thing where they're rushing the promises that were made by Ms. Prasad Bisesa and this coalition.
Yeah.
One thing to note, right? Even if it is not done with the speed that you want it to be done, bear in mind that up to now, you haven't heard any measure put in place to take from the little that persons have to enjoy.
Yeah.
The taking measures from this current government have started at the top, where it ought to, right? Don't look for no state housing. You understand? All you already living somewhere. All you already getting all kind of different perks. Not one perk in between them look at to say they're cutting back for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But every single thing.
And in Britain, them do not need it. They're like parasites.
No, they don't.
Listen, these fellas is career politicians, you know. 2 decades plus, you know. You throw salt water on them, African snail on them? you throw salt water on them?
But they multiply more with that.
Well, boy, I trying to throw some salt water on Imbert and them, and they wouldn't die at all, boy. This is invasive species, boy. This dread parasite.
I know, but God probably keeping him to deal with him in his own way where he see fit. But these people are to be ridiculous, and the people who continue to support them, even worse. Even worse.
There's a good thing they implement Parliament yet, you know. Yet, but when they put me, I go in with my bottle of salt water and sit down on the government side, and when I stand up to give my contribution, before I give my contribution, I spray in the salt water on the next side on them. They go throw me out. The speaker go throw me out for that end.
And I don't know, but it's time for individuals and adults to be loyal to the country before they be loyal to the party, because when you hear some of the things coming out, when you and Khadija was right to say the looks on the members' face, the new members, right? Is a look of shock because they were not aware of some of the actions that the government and the party they supported were doing.
Yeah. The only people are trying not to wet with our salt water. Penny, I could try to think her wrong, but if she get wet with her salt water, well, tough luck, right? If she's not one of them invasive parasites, it ain't go hurt she will just dry it off. Who else again, boy? Maybe Hands now come there. A spraying curry, with plenty.
Very careful. They have to be very careful for what that they don't fall into just exactly what they see taking place.
Yeah.
Right? Because and next thing too, with all due respect, Honorable Prime Minister, as time go by, you have to review some of these ministerial positions, and if somebody do have what it takes, you could put somebody else to head the ministry, you can leave them as a junior minister or something, but it's difficult to know to witness some of the personal attacks that they will be using because of that person's shortcomings.
Yeah, but don't study that. Like bullying too, don't study that. It have time, and with time and with some help and assistance, you know, God willing, he will improve. That is small thing. That is small. You see, this is a wicked government to opposition to. You know how wicked they is, eh? They're so wicked that they crisp tongue. They prefer crisp tongue with a wicked heart and wicked policies. Some of them. That is how dread it is, you know. Because it have men who come up, if it's so nice, they just talk. And guess what they're doing?
It's not about country.
Raping the country.
It's all about the PNM getting to run the country once more. It's not about what's good for the country. That is all they're interested in.
Yeah, so
but I hope to know they could depend on the people who get a big, hefty raise from the SRC to continue to support them. But you see, the rest of people who are fed up of them will remain fed up of them. Let them go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Somebody.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're working towards improvement. There are always going to be shortfalls as well. Like I said, we are so happy to see our Prime Minister who is welcomed by Labour. And we want throughout the tenure, we want her to be welcomed by Labour because of her actions towards Labour. Right? Morning, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Abuaka, you were quite clear, you were quite right when you spoke about those new members of parliament. I think we should understand that also. The thing, it takes time. It's a new environment, it's a new circumstance, and therefore they would take time to, you know, acquire the necessary skills and whatnot. But over time, they would learn. They would improve. Ferdinand, when he went, there was the same thing. He wasn't the guy from
Rishi Sukai, they hide Rishi Sukai how long?
You had this lady from Tobago, I know whatever it is from the
yes,
side.
Yeah.
So it's always a hidden question because you see the new thing, you come out there, you never accustomed because when you start up in parliament, you're talking to the world, you know.
Yes.
And if people know about public speaking, it's something that you develop over time.
And the environment is intimidating, and you are a human being.
He's going to improve as time goes on.
Of course.
Once he has the will.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But the fact remains, something that you spoke about, preparation. Preparation is very important. You just don't go and talk just so, you know. A lawyer, an attorney don't just go and appear before a court and attend to a matter, you know. Right? He spends hours prepping, going over and whatever it is. People make speeches. They sometimes 2 weeks before they write a speech, they go it over. They practice it. They have the little thing in the house, and they're talking, and the wife or the children listening, and they're going over, they're preparing for it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You have some people who have, you know, that kind of ability, that skill, that, you know, they could do that. And because they've been out there for a long time and they've been speaking and they're very comfortable with it. But I'm saying it's something that you develop over time, and I am not too concerned about that. Because I have seen other people who went into parliament not being able to articulate or speak, you know, effectively, and over time, they
improve.
Very, very proficient in it. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
But they would take anything and try to make a big thing out of it.
Anything, they're grasping at straw.
The speaker, they're testing the speaker.
Yes, yes.
They're testing him.
Yes.
And I think he's aware of it, and he's not to make the kind of blunder, because the first thing they want to say, he's biased.
Yeah. He's being overly unbiased at the moment.
But he's not foolish. He's not a foolish guy. He understands legal theory. He has been in the legal profession for many years.
Yeah.
But the fact remains is that he has to tread cautiously because they want him to blunder.
Of course.
They want to, want to throw up some papers in the air and out of here. Come outside. Come outside. That is the bacchanal they want. You understand it? You just look at these people. They go with a specific intent, you know. To create mayhem, chaos in the parliament. Disruption. They are known for that. They are highly predictable. That is how they operate. And they want to rile up the people in the community. So I'm saying people have to remember 1986 and 2010. Don't forget that. But you see the thing about it, they don't have the people who used to be able to ride out outside in the community. Some of them dead. Some of them can't walk, no thing, you know, they passed away. And they're not around. So they're not able to use them in order to rise up the population. That is what they're about. To create, and people have to understand that. They want to create mayhem in that parliament. They want to disrupt. They want to destabilize. That is the culture.
Correct.
One thing I want to talk about also, for the last time, is that I would not rest until I see the police officers return to communities. The people must know in the communities that I live in Diego Martin, who is the sergeant, who is the inspector, who is the senior superintendent responsible for that division. Nobody knows. If you ask anybody, they don't know. The people, they have to be visible in those communities. This is what applies throughout in England, in Canada, in Jamaica, in Barbados, in Trinidad. You walk the Martin, you don't see a police officer. You walk Port of Spain, sometimes you don't see a police officer. I don't know if some of them they tie down in the police station, and I'm saying, I said it before. This is what Gibbs and Iwaski said when they came here. They said, well, all you have to go outside, you know, that is where you have to be. That's where the work is. They don't want to go there. I don't know. And unless the police become visible and active in the community, the crime will remain as it is. In Jamaica recently, the head of the police federation said that they have had a tremendous drop in crime, murders and whatnot. That is what he said. And he was demanding from the government an increase as a result of that. They must find out what the people in the police did in Jamaica to bring down the crime levels, and try to see with some modification what they could implement here. Look to see what is happening in England. Look to see what is happening in Baltimore. You can't be doing the same thing over and over again. And when you put some police for 2 days, and the third day you remove them. They're gone. And then, boys, let me tell you this. You have to make serious changes in this country. The people who you put to run the police service have to be creative. Otherwise, this thing ain't going away. Because it's the same thing they're doing over and over. Over and over, and expecting a different result. Thank you very much. And they have best practice all over the place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right? We are as a country, in many ways, the definition of insanity. Continuously doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And we must change that. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Floyd.
Morning, welcome. Hey, welcome, man, welcome, blessings. You see the PNM woman from Arima is the only one I say I wouldn't spray some salt water on it.
Right.
Go ahead.
It seems like honesty is such a lonely word, boy.
Boy.
Now, that should be across the board, Mr. Bakum. Across the board. You see, you have a little shop, a parlor, and your neighbor down the road has one also. But your son would just come and take a juice or take a peanut punch, and you would say anything. But in my shop, I would let my son, I would buy the peanut punch from my son, because I realize it's a business. It has to be operated with a level of honesty. I said honesty is such a lonely word. And when you find that my business is flourishing, growing, developing, you want to know why, because it needs honesty. I'm saying all of that to say, I'm looking at the union the heads of the union, and solemnly I hear them talking about give a honesty work for honesty pay. Mr. Baka, I wonder how will this country be able to go forward if we, the individual, doesn't give a honesty work for honesty pay. We need to be honest in what we do.
Yeah, correct.
We need to be honest as for us to go forward in a positive way across the world. Whether it be the police service, teaching service, hospital, wherever. We need to be honest and work hard, be transparent, be disciplined, be productive, be creative, and I can go on and on.
Yeah.
I know the time is close. I'm looking to do your call on Monday, please God. Then you have a nice day.
You too as well. Have a blessed day. So we about to end the program. We just have about 50 seconds. And I saw an article come up on the Express. Even as Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessel announced the establishment of a government committee to explore strategies for reopening of the former Petrotrin refinery at Pointe-à-Pitre, she told hundreds of workers gathered at yesterday's Labor Day rally in Faizabad that she was one of them and not part of the 1%. Has a good place to end this morning, right? The people have to run the country. Collectively, we all have to run this nation. Not no 1% in their interests, but the 99%. All right, so blessings and love. We'll be back on Monday, God willing.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.